Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Passport to Perspectives. So as you can see today, I am dressed down. No makeup on, hair looking crazy, t-shirt on. It is definitely not the normal look for me today. And I attribute that to my just coming home from a full workout. Yes, today we're going to talk about health and wealth living abroad. Health has been such a long and such a trying journey for me. Ever since I was a little kid, I've never been the picture perfect version of health. I have always been a big girl by genetics, by eating choices, by lifestyle choices. I was always athletic. I did sports. I love to work out, but I never paid attention to my health in regards to the things that I was eating. I was very restricted as a kid. I kind of hid my food. Like if I wanted something good to eat, I would go get it, hide it from my parents and eat it on my own. And that developed into later years in life and became just a very unhealthy relationship with food. So that was the start of my relationship with food. And I needed it to, I felt like I needed it to feel better about myself. I ate when I was bored. I ate when I was hurting. I ate when I was happy. Literally any and every emotion that came to me, I would associate that with food. So I probably would say I was definitely an emotional eater. And at first, my health was decent because my parents kept me and my sister in all kinds of sports. So it's never really a problem. My eating habits were difficult and a bit much, but it never was a problem with my health because I was always playing sports, working out, running, doing something. This topic is very important to me. And it's a very sensitive topic for me because I do have an issue with my health. I have always struggled with it, and I have always been fighting against myself to get better and to live a healthier lifestyle. So I'm coming here today being open and honest and vulnerable, and I want to help anyone out there who has had the same feeling or who might need a support team or a support person. I want to be that for you, and hopefully maybe we can talk a little bit. So if you are having problems or even having any struggles, please tell me down in the comments, and maybe we can help each other grow and build together as a community. After high school, I was no longer playing sports. I started to join the choir and do a lot of activities that were not actually active. I still tried to be active in my everyday life, of course, but a lot of my activities were geared towards sitting. And I got into a job that involved a little bit of working in college, but it wasn't much. So the lifestyle just increasingly did not help when I already had a certain type of relationship with food. And the lifestyle choices that I made afterwards, like not going to the gym, not playing any sports, not walking or being active in any kind of way, led to weight gain, led to even more unhealthy decision makings in regards to eating and snacking at home and being bored and just eating because I'm bored. It just was this huge spiral. Of course, it didn't go fully out of control, but I was gaining weight every single year, little by little. So I finished college in 2015. And at this point, I was a big girl, but it wasn't too much. I knew it wasn't where I wanted to be. And then after leaving college, as you know, in college, there's certain meals that they provide that they try to be nutritious and they try to be healthy with that. And when you get out of school, now you are to fend for yourself. Now you have to go grocery shopping. Now you have to cook everything that you get. In high school and college, there was always someone there to cook for you, and you could make decisions based off of that. But now that I have to cook myself, and the fact that I did not necessarily like to cook for myself, that just made it more difficult for me. When I got to 2016, I was heavy. I was a big girl. I was not feeling confident in myself. I didn't have good walking posture. I didn't have good posture in general. And I was going through a lot mentally, physically, emotionally. Like, there was just so much going on. I had also previously, before 2016, I had also been diagnosed with an autoimmune disease, which is something that happens when your body kind of attacks your body. They don't necessarily know where it came from, but I attribute things that happen in your body to digestion problems. And that was something that kind of followed me into my later years in life. So I have dealt with an autoimmune disease since 2010. But during that time of 2016, I was in relapse and I was in a lot of pain, and I had to figure out how to go backwards. I didn't want to push forward with the weight that I was going with. If I would have kept going, it would have gotten even worse. And so I joined a team. I joined a group of people that love to work out and enjoyed being together and being healthy. And I was so happy and appreciative to find this group of people. The organization that I joined was Herbalife. And I know how a lot of people feel about Herbalife. If they haven't tried to recruit you yet, at some point in your life, they probably will. But Herbalife was such a blessing. And it came at the right time. It came at the time that I needed it. And so with Herbalife and with the group of friends and people that I can now call family, we got together, we worked out together, we encouraged each other, we loved on each other, and I was able to lose 50 pounds off of that program with the shakes, with the teas, with the healthy meal choices, with the friendships. It was an all-around recipe for success. And I was excited to be there. I was excited to tell everyone about Herbalife. And unfortunately, the location that we were in was very small and very condensed, and everybody in that city already knew about Herbalife. So it was difficult to get people to transition into that field, as well as get people to understand what it meant to be healthy, because I barely understood it myself. I wanted to, and I wanted to share that with everyone. But in a way, even though I had lost 50 pounds, I still felt imposter syndrome. I still felt like I didn't really know what I was talking about, and that people would look at me and like, why are you talking to me about health and wealth? You're still, really big. Like, what are you doing? It was definitely a moment in time that I wasn't expecting. Unfortunately, that journey did not last for a very long time, but it was a beautiful time. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed every moment of it, but it was time to move on to the next thing. After Herbalife, I kind of took a break and I sat down, and I wasn't into the gym because the situation, although it was beautiful in the moment, it didn't really end well. And that didn't sit well with me. So I felt hurt. And what did I do when I felt hurt? That's right, I ate. If you guys have anything else that you do to cope with anger, please write it down in the comments and let me know. I'd love to talk about some coping mechanisms. But yeah, I was really hurt by the situation, and I had to figure out how to move on. And boom, pandemic. So the pandemic started in 2019, and your girl blew up, like blew up. I was the biggest I have ever been in my entire life. Even before I started working out and doing Herbalife, I started at I think my highest weight was 320 pounds. The problems that I was having during the pandemic, I was having acid reflux, severe heartburn. My heart was skipping beats, and that could have been anxiety because, the pandemic was stressful for all of us. And anxiety, I would say panic attacks, things like that were happening to me. Sleep apnea, like I would go to sleep and just all of a sudden just jolt back up because either I couldn't breathe or my mouth was dry. There were so many things going on with me. My stomach was inflamed again. But all I could do was sit in the house, watch TV, and eat. Like I didn't have a workout regimen. I was quite depressed. So that really, really took a toll on me because I'm an outside girly. I am a people girly. I need people. Now I've actually appreciated being alone because of the pandemic, but that's neither here nor there. I really still do love people. After the pandemic was finished, your girl was big. I still think about it now, and I can definitely, I'll actually put a picture up here for you guys so you can see what that looked like. I didn't know how to control myself. My eating habits, my relationship with food, everything was out of control, spiraled. I got into a job after coming out of the pandemic, and it is a job that I've always done, leasing in apartment complexes. I hated it. I was not happy, which of course led to more eating. And I just knew that I needed something. I needed to change. I needed to do something. And as you guys already know, I made it to Korea as a high school English teacher. I've been here for 2 years, and I have loved every single moment. Korea itself has very high standards for how people look. I know that I will never be in Korea's beauty standard. I'm totally fine with that. I have no problems at all. But what I will say is that Korea has some of the skinniest people on earth. And I would say that you can attribute that to the food that they eat, to the fact that they are walking pretty much everywhere. A lot of people here have cars, but a lot of people don't. So there's really great transportation, but you're standing all the time or you're walking all the time. And a lot of people really do enjoy working out here. And the beauty standard says that thin and tiny, and I mean tiny, is beautiful. So I would not say that Korea thrusted its beauty standards upon me. It's very evident. But I came here self-aware. I came here knowing that I was a big girl. I came here knowing that I'm different, knowing that I'm Black, knowing that I have crazy hair. I came here knowing that I am not the taste of Korea. And I was totally fine with that. Even being a bigger woman wasn't totally an issue for me. However, I wanted to use that to my advantage, right? I wanted to look at people here because even though I'm bigger and I love myself regardless, that doesn't mean I want to be that way. I have always wanted to be healthier or slimmer or just have a nice frame. I don't need to be skinny. I don't need to be a stick, but I do want to be curvilicious, if you know what I'm saying. So I used this ideal of thinness and I took it to heart, used it to my advantage. And I started eating better. I walked more. I made sure that I was being active at least a little bit every day. And the fact that I have to walk from home to school every day truly has helped. I was able to go see a doctor, and we came to a consensus on how to get me into a healthier space. As we are speaking today, I currently sit at 260 pounds, and I feel so good. I feel so much better. I don't have the heart skips. I don't have acid reflux as much. It does happen. Very rarely does it happen. I don't have heavy anxiety anymore. I am relaxed. I am stable. I am happy. I'm traveling. I'm doing things that at the size that I could never do, i.e. paragliding. I went paragliding for my 31st birthday and had the time of my life. You hear me? Had I not lost this weight, had I not pushed and tried to become someone that I wanted to be, I couldn't live the life that I want to live. And there are still things that I want to do. And there are still life-changing moments that are available to me that at a lower weight or at better health, I can live that dream. And I can do that without the stress of something potentially bad happening to me or because of a weight limit on a certain activity. Health has become an integral part of my life now, and it is hard. I need to be motivated almost every single day because let's be honest, I'm not. 2 days ago, even yesterday, it was monsoon pouring down rain. People who are into the gym, people who are strong about their gym rat life, they would have gone to the gym. Sunshine, rain, snow, sleet, whatever, they would have gone to that gym. However, your girl is not that motivated yet. Hopefully we'll get there one day, but today is not that day. But it has become very important to me still. So I actually signed up for personal training to get back into the swing of things because right now I'm at the lowest weight that I've been since my adult life, right? When I was in high school, of course, I was smaller, as we all are. But for my young adult to adult life, this is the smallest I've been. But I want to go further. Your girl is trying to get snatched. She's trying to look scrumdiddlyumptious, if you know what I'm saying. I want to look good. And not only do I want to look good with clothes on, but I want to look good butt naked. You know what I'm saying? It's so funny. My friend used to say, the goal is to stand in front of the mirror and feel amazing about yourself. But not only that, to stand in front of the mirror butt naked and to feel great about yourself. I believe that that's the goal. I want that goal. I want to look in the mirror and be like, damn, girl, you did that. You did that. Okay. So that's my goal. That's what I'm aspiring to do as of this moment. But I signed up for personal training. My trainer is amazing. He has taught me the proper form and the proper way to do the workouts that I thought I already knew how to do, and in a way that feels better and doesn't make me completely sore or out of sorts. So I'm learning new things when it comes to health. I'm learning new things every day when it comes to my nutrition, and I'm excited for the rest of this journey. I do hope that my telling you does not stop me, but I hope that it motivates me. So if you guys have any encouraging words or any motivating words, please type them down in the comments below. I can really use them. Thank you. So that is my personal backstory. So now let's talk about health and what health really means. I want to read you a quote. The word health refers to a state of complete emotional, mental, and physical well-being. Healthcare exists to help people stay well in these key areas of life. So let's be honest. American healthcare is not the best healthcare, right? American healthcare is gosh, I really don't even know how to explain American healthcare to you guys. It's not easily accessible. It's made for the rich and not for the poor. And unfortunately, in the areas that are very impoverished, there's not a lot of healthy choices around either. And even the healthy choices that are in America are expensive. There's a lot of disparities in America. You can be healthy with less, but it's a lot more difficult, especially for some neighborhoods, or if you don't have access to these healthy foods, to these healthy fitness centers. If you don't have the money or the funds and you're just trying to live a day-to-day life or check-to-check life, then health is not on the top of your priority, unfortunately. Living day-to-day is at the top of your priority list. So it's hard for me to say that everyone can acquire health because I don't think it's easy in America. It's not that simple. On one hand, you have a person who sees a healthy lifestyle and they're like, okay, well, I wake up, I eat breakfast, I go to work, I eat lunch, come home, I may do like a 10 to 15 minute workout, eat again, done for the day, right? Usually that's a typical day in an American life. But I think health comes with so much more than that. I think health comes from the moment you open your eyes. I am an active believer that whatever we take in when we get up are the things that we are probably going to think about all day. It is in your best interest that when you wake up, you do not immediately look at your phone, or that you do not immediately check your emails, or that you don't immediately put yourself in a space of anxiety and stress. I believe when you wake up, if you don't meditate, you can pray, you can stretch, you can do things that can bring you to a center, to a good place, right? Then you come down, you eat breakfast, and not only breakfast, you eat a healthy breakfast, something that gives you fuel and energy for the day. Doesn't need to be huge. It just needs to be enough. That's also one thing about Americans. We overeat. Our portion sizes are out of this world, out of control. But we'll talk about that later. So after breakfast, you head to work, right? While you're at work, I believe that you should potentially find a job that does not bring you stress, that does not bring you any mental issues. Like, I'm very big on loving where you work. And if you don't love it, walk out. It's not worth it. I understand if you've been studying for it all your life and that's what makes you happy. If that's what you want to do, stay there. But I am an avid believer and an avid preacher of doing the things that do not stress you out, of working where you feel appreciated and taken care of, even if it's not what you love or not what you want to do. If you are appreciated and taken care of, it will be a more peaceful environment, and in turn will give you more health because your mental state is not stressed out or overly stimulated. So you're at work, of course, you eat a healthy lunch. Again, portion control, because if you're out of control portioned, then you are very lethargic and it's hard for you to finish the day. It's hard for you to keep focused. But if you're eating a good portion, and of course, it's filled with good protein, good carbs, good this, good that, then you have the energy and the fuel necessary to finish out your day in a good mental state. Okay. After work, if you're love it like that, go work out. I'm still trying to get that motivation. But again, this is what a healthy day looks like to me. After work, you go work out. It doesn't have to be this huge, terrible thing that you do. Thanks to my personal trainer, I have come to enjoy going to work out, or at least with him. So it's a very light weightlifting stage and then a 30-minute cardio, and then I'm done. So it's really never that serious. I finish workout. Of course, I always eat before I work out too. I make sure to eat some protein before I work out, and I'll come home, eat protein after the workout. And of course, healthy carbs after the workout. And then personally, do the things that make you happy. So if that's reading, if that's listening to podcasts, if that is consuming content from TV or whatever it is for you, for me, editing my videos, whatever brings you to a peace and to a center when you're home, do that. After you do your content, make sure you go to sleep at a decent hour, right? Maybe not 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, may not be the best time, but go to sleep at an hour where it is easy for you to wake up the next day and do the same thing all over again. So for me, that's what a healthy day looks like. I think that I can accomplish that. I believe I can. If you guys have a version of a healthy day and what that looks like for you, please comment below. I would love to know what the most healthy version of you looks like. As you can see, I went from a non-existent workout lifestyle. And not only do I want to work out and be healthy, but I want to be able to learn something new every day. I think that learning also has to do with your state. It's all mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, like all of these things. Learning something new in every single area can help with your health. Let's talk a little bit about addictions. As defined, addiction is when you have a strong physical or psychological need or urge to do something or use something. It is a dependence on a substance or activity, even if you know that it causes you harm. It can impact your daily life. So let's be honest. Health is not valued until sickness comes. Why is that? Why don't we even see health until we are what seems like on our deathbed? Why is health so important then? Why can't prevention be just as important? As previously stated, I have always struggled with food addiction. Knowing the right thing and doing what you know are two completely different avenues, right? You can know everything there is to know about health, but if you're not putting it into practice, then it's easy for you to fall back into addictions. My addiction has always been with food, and it has always been with sodas. And I am not saying that I am out of the woods. It is something I am still currently working on and want to try my hardest to overcome. If you guys feel like sharing about any of your addictions and you want to work together as a community, comment down below and let's try to encourage each other and build each other up to fight against the things that we know are not good for us. So I would like to share some strategies of overcoming addiction. First, we can identify our triggers. What is the moment that happens when you have to fight for your addiction? For me, it's boredom. When I'm home alone and I'm not doing anything, I haven't eaten in a while, I'm peckish, I'm hungry, right? I want the things that are bad in nutritional value. So I know that about myself. So I identify my triggers, right? So what are your triggers? Once we've identified our triggers, what can we do to cope with it? Since I know that feeling peckish and snacking is something that is a trigger of mine, one, I'm going to do my best not to get bored. I'll do my best to be productive, find something that I can really put my focus and my effort into. I find at those moments, I'm not hungry because I'm not thinking about food. I'm thinking about the action that I'm doing, like this podcast. I have not thought about food once, even though I'm talking about it. So that's nice. So what are some things that you can do to cope after you've identified the problem? We can find some healthy alternatives. Maybe you can work out instead of succumbing to the addiction. Maybe you can find a support group, okay, of people who are going through the same thing that you're going through. Maybe you can talk to a therapist, right? There are so many options out here that when we identify the addiction and we know what it is, now we can get help. Now we can get better. I encourage you today to start your journey. Whatever that healthy lifestyle looks like for you, I encourage you to move forward and move into that healthy lifestyle, as I am looking to do the same. I want this group and this community to be at their highest form of self. I believe that together we can make it. And I do believe that with the help and the support of you all, that I can find my way to being where I want to be and to push past all of the pain and push past all of the fear of everything that comes with being healthy. Move to a better me, because that is really what I want. I just want to be the best me that I can be so I can live a beautiful life and enjoy it to the fullest. And I want the same for you too. I would like to quote BKS Lingar. Health is a state of complete harmony of the body, mind, and spirit. When one is free from physical disabilities and mental distractions, the gates of the soul are open. That quote was so powerful to me, and it spoke to me deeply, because I believe that once you have conquered everything, and your body, your mind, and your spirit is working in tandem together, there is nothing in this life that you can't accomplish. There is nothing in this life that can't be done. You can move mountains. You can do the things that you want to do. Honestly, let's fall in love with taking care of our bodies. Let's fall in love with ourselves and be there for ourselves and be there for each other. We have to maintain this momentum that we have. We have to stay consistent and we have to stay accountable. And that is why I am speaking with you all. I want to do my part in holding myself accountable. And I hope that you will trust me to do the same for you. If I can offer you any words of encouragement, it would be to be kind to yourself, right? So many times when we are striving to be at our best, we're very hard on ourselves. We beat ourselves up more than other people do. And I think we are allowed to mess up. We're allowed to be human, right? We're allowed to make mistakes, but we also are allowed to forgive ourselves. We're also allowed to love ourselves through our mistakes. We're also allowed to be kind to ourselves and not be cruel. So today we discussed everything from my story with health to what health actually looks like, to overcoming addictions and to keeping the momentum. This was a beautiful and cathartic episode for me, and I want to thank you for allowing me to share this with you. Looking as raggedy as I look and not judging me for it, I really do appreciate it. I would love to hear your thoughts and experiences in regards to health and your workout journeys or your health journeys, anything that you have personally gone through that you want to open up and talk about. Please message me or comment below. I would love to hear your stories. Thank you so much for listening, and I do hope you enjoyed this episode of Passport to Perspectives. If you did enjoy this episode, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate your love and support for everyone that has been here with me since day one. Let's keep on rocking forward. I hope you all have a beautiful day or a lovely night wherever you are in the world, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.